Welcome to the first Java tutorial. First, you will need to have Eclipse and create a new folder for your Eclipse projects. And I will call my folder Eclipse projects. And then we'll need to open up Eclipse. And then select your folder. I call it Eclipse projects, so I will select that. Then Eclipse will take a few minutes to load, or a minute or so. Okay. So when Eclipse first starts up, you'll see this. Just need to close that unless you want to take a tutorial, and you can close the task lists and the outline because you don't need those. Okay, so now I'll create a new Java project, and I will call it tutorial. And I will create a new package inside of that, and I'm just going to call it the main package. Packages are just for organizing files. And I'm going to create a new class. I'm going to call it main. And if you select this, then it'll automatically put the main method inside. And then you can't see it, but there's a finish button at the bottom, and click that, and it will create your class. And then it will automatically open up your class. So then this at the top where it's saying package main, that's just declaring the package. It needs that. And this is what it auto-generated. If you do not select this, then this will not appear. Then it's saying that the visibility of this class is public, so this file will be able to see it. And it's saying that it is a class, that's a type, and the name of the class is main, and then this is saying that there's going to be something inside. And then this is a public static, which means there's can only be one of this method, even for different instances of it, and the return type is void, and it's called main. It takes in string args, and this automatically gets called whenever you press the run button at the top. Right here. Now I'm going to do that. And so how you print things in the console, which will appear at the bottom once you run your program, is you do system dot out dot print ln. Normally we'll use ln, but you can use just print. And you put in parentheses what you want to print. Ooh. Hello world. That's the first thing. So now let me just resize Eclipse so you can see it. And save it real quick. So when I press run, then the console will appear at the bottom, and as you can see, it says hello world. Not a very good outline. Anyway, okay. So you can also put numbers or booleans, which is true or false, inside of this. Okay, so I'm also going to create a new package called math. And I'm going to create a new class also called math. So just going to put some basic things here and click finish again. And it will automatically put it in here because I do not select main, because we do not need main, because it's not our main class. It will not call this automatically. And I accidentally did something weird. So open that back up over here. And so same thing with the package declaration and the class. So I'm going to create a public static final integer, and I'm going to call it integer, and I'm going to make it start out as, or make it B10, because I'll explain that in just a second. So public means that it's visible to other files, like this main class. If it was private, then main class wouldn't be able to see it. So then static means there's only one of this. You can't have multiple instances. Final means it can't be edited again. And integer stands for, or int stands for integer. So then this is the name that I called it, integer, and it's equal to 10. So it starts out as 10. So that's what all of those things mean. So I'm going to delete final and static because we don't want both of those. I can also prove that it's visible to the other class if I do math, which is the class you just created, dot and it's talking about a different math class that's already in there, so we should actually rename that. Call it maths or something like that. That's good. And then you can have it rename. So I guess there's already a math class in Java. What about that? Maths dot, and because it's the main method, we're gonna have to make this static real quick. That should work. Yes, now it can show up. So now it's going to print out this instead of hello world, and it said 10, and it disappeared for some reason. It is kind of weird. Oh, just can't see it. There we go. So it printed out 10. So now we're going to make this private. And right away, if we save this, main is going to have a error because it cannot access this because it's private. So there's a fix on that. And also, if something is underlined in red, that means that it has an error. If it's underlined in yellow, then that means that there is a warning, no error. So I'm going to delete the static modifier because we're not going to need that right now. And a useful trick here is if you right click, do source, generate getters and setters. Then if you click select all, then at the bottom you can't see it, but it says to selected. And then it automatically makes its two methods, and I'll explain how that works. So, creating a public method, and the return type is integer, and the method is called getInteger, and it takes in 0 parameters, and it's saying there's something inside of it, and it's saying to return integer, which is this thing we made up here. And also now that it is no longer final. We can also make our initializing method. So we don't have to have any return type at all for this because it automatically knows that this is the initializer method. So public maths, you have to have the same name as your class, and we're going to say that integer is equal to 10. So whenever this class is first called or first created an instance of, then this will run, and then it'll make integer to be 10 instantly. So this is public, and the return type is void, which just means it doesn't return anything at all, so you don't need a return. Then it's set integer, and it takes in a parameter, which is an integer, and the name is integer. And also, if we didn't spell this with a capital, we could do this dot integer is equal to integer. Then this one would still be the same one, and this one would still be that one, even if they're called exactly the same thing. Because you need this, because this means this class, this instance of the class. And then you press dot, and then that's part of it. So then this will get that, and now you can do dot. And I have done something wrong. Oh yeah, never mind, I did not. So I'm going to create a static instance of the maths class. Static maths, that's the type, math is equal to new maths. This just creates a new instance, and it runs that initializing method that we have right here. So now we can call that instance of it, and then we can do dot, and we have done something wrong. I have done something wrong. So that, just copy that over here. Oh, and I just spelled it wrong. That's the problem. So then math stuck in it, sure. Show that it'll show you the options. I'll do, this is just automatic stuff that it comes with. I'm going to do get integer. So this will get the integer and print it out. So now we're going to do math dot set integer. So this is going to change it to 67. And now if we copy this again, it shall print. Can't see it, but it doesn't show it. Let me move it into the part that's being recorded real quick. Just a moment. Bigger recording screen next time. I'll do a better idea. So smaller, make it bigger on the other side. Doesn't full screen it because I don't